The spiritual power of birds, heavenly messengers and earthly signposts. When our gaze wanders to the sky and we discover a bird in the distance, it is often more than just a fleeting moment. Birds carry messages, not only for the eye, but also for the soul. They connect heaven and earth, and they speak in symbols that have deeply touched many cultures over thousands of years. So today we show you those feathered creatures that not only cross the air, but also open gates to the spiritual world. Let's start with a symbol that is familiar to everyone: the white dove, a picture of peace and pure message. It stands for hope, for divine guidance, and for quiet strength that needs no words to be heard. There is comfort in her appearance, and the certainty that good is on the way. The raven has a different effect: black, clever, mysterious. For many, he is the guardian of wisdom, a loyal companion of ancient gods, a traveler between worlds. Anyone who sees him should listen carefully, because he often brings insights, the hidden layers. The hummingbird, on the other hand, is pure joie de vivre in motion. Tiny, but full of energy, like a dancing gemstone between flower petals. He lives in the here and now, and reminds us that every moment counts. Blue jays don't just shine on the outside, they bring light into the darkness. Her messages are about truth, clarity, and communication that comes from the depths. They often show up when something is said, something that has been hidden for a long time. Then there is the eagle, majestic, firm. When it circles over landscapes, the world seems to stand still for a moment. His power lies in the overview. I know that you can rise above chaos and recognize your own path, even when everything around you is in motion. In silence, on the other hand, we meet the owl. She sees what others don't see, especially in the dark. Their message is clear: true understanding grows from the depths, and from the courage to look at what is hidden. A small glowing bird often flies inconspicuously through gardens, the robin. But his presence is powerful. It stands for renewal, for a new beginning after dark times, and for the energy that comes from the heart. The hawk sees everything. Even the smallest thing in the far distance does not escape him. He is a reminder to pay attention to the inner voice, and not to lose sight of the essentials. The woodpecker reminds us that constant knocking penetrates walls. It stands for perseverance, discipline, and the search for the right rhythm in life. Anyone who listens to it is invited to redefine their own center. Hardly any other bird is as proud as the peacock. With its practical appearance, it embodies the courage to be visible, and he invites us to show our true selves, without shame, without restraint. The vulture may seem unpleasant, but its message is powerful. He helps us to let go. Old, outdated, worn out. It cleanses, transforms, and makes room for something new that wants to grow. The blackbird sings of transformation. Her song accompanies transitions. It shows us how something new emerges from the old, and that in every shadow a path to the light begins. A sparrow may be small, but his presence is unmistakable. There is a reminder in his lively twittering. Stay in touch, find words, and don't be afraid of honest discussion. The mockingbird is also very special. Her gift for imitating voices is emblematic of creativity and self-expression. It calls us to find our own melody and to carry them loudly and courageously into the world. The Schwalbe is a promise. When it appears, the time of departure is near. Their appearance heralds change, hope, and the strength to leave the old behind. The seagull can often be seen on the coast. She stands with one foot in the water, the other in the air. Between emotions and thoughts, their message: learn to observe and act when the moment is right. Silent as a Zen master, the heron stands by the water. Patience is his element. It shows us how valuable it is not to always act immediately, but only to feel it, and then to decide with clarity. The parrot brings color into play, and words, many words. But more than that, it reminds us how powerful language is, and how important it is to speak your own truth. When the stork settles on a roof, joy sets in, luck, blessing. Its proximity to the human world makes it a symbol of new beginnings, and of life in its purest form. Then there is the magpie, curious, sly, and always on the lookout for beauty. Their contrasting plumage tells of the contrasts of life, of light and shadow, and the art of combining both. Finally, the red kite. As he makes his way high above fields, he looks like a free spirit, independently, irresistible. It stands for the pursuit of liberation, and for throwing off old shackles to fly to new heights. What remains is the realization birds are more than animals of the air. They are symbols, teacher, signpost. Those who take the time to really listen to them often realize more than can be said in 1,000 words. And maybe, the next time you look up at the sky and a bird circles overhead, then you realize that sometimes it only takes a flap of wings to feel that you are on the right path. If you were fascinated by the spiritual meaning of birds and were able to take something new with you, then show it with a like. Subscribe now for free meditative wisdom to not miss any of our upcoming journeys into the world of symbols, signs, and inner realization. Feel free to write us in the comments which bird has touched or inspired you the most. We look forward to your thoughts and exchange with you. Thank you for joining us today. Stay mindful, keep an open mind, and continue to follow the signs that heaven sends you.